What's up guys, before this video starts, just want to give you big news. We are doing our first ever open house here at the Circuit Demon shop, where you guys can come over and see all the behind the scenes in person of what we do here. Check out a bunch of cool cars. We'll have a ton of our customer cars here to show off the headlights actually on a car. So feel free to come by from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. July 31st. We're gonna have music, food and drink. Come over. We're gonna party. It's gonna be a good time. We'll see you here July 31st. Make sure to mark your calendars. We'll see you then. Goodbye. Peace.
Welcome back guys, we're back here in the shop. We've got a lot of projects going on with the upcoming shows opening. We've got a lot of fun events kind of planned up, getting ready for that opening season. With that being said, gotta have the car looking up to spec for all of these events. So today we're gonna kind of go through personal set that I'm building for my 2007 Outback, but then also go into a little bit on how do you kind of pick a good style, or what's the best approach to kind of finding exactly what you want to integrate into your set of headlights. So let's run up to the parts room, grab some parts, and get the parts for the parts.
Wrong way.
With my setup, I'm going to be choosing the Morimoto 4TLR by Xenon Projector. Kind of a couple reasons behind the fact, fit right into the existing shroud on the 07 Outback housings, or the 0509 housings. Another main reason is the bulb type. 4TLR by Xenon Projectors run a D2S HID bulb. D2S bulbs with the 4TLR projectors get that ultra fine line. Before we go into implementing a new set of projectors, the next step is kind of figuring out what do you want to do with the actual projector housings. For a lot of the sets on our website, we either offer a satin black or a gloss black finish. As you can see with this setup right here, you can also look into kind of a custom option if you are wanting to go that route, which in this case, all of the housing is coated in a gloss black finish, and then the shroud on this specific setup is the customer wanted to go with a red finish.
The red off of that is a OEM color for that Legacy. I think it's like a 05 Legacy.
Oh, yeah.
For our customer Kevin. So we did that in this nice, it's almost like a maroon red. It's not candy red. Has a little bit of orange in it. Looks real nice. We're also going to be taking these front housings right here and stripping all of the chrome off of it in order to get a better surface for us to paint them, depending on whatever paint choice you want to go with, whether that's gloss black, satin black, or something custom like the other sets over there. We'll take these over to our purple power. We use a big jug of purple power over here. It's a degreaser, but it works on chrome as well, just like stripping down this chrome material. Obviously you don't need a giant bucket like we have here, but you could probably buy them in the spray bottles, so you can spray it on the chrome, let it sit, or you can build yourself a little tub like this and then dunk them in there. You'll probably be good with stripping the chrome after maybe an hour or so. If you leave it in there longer, that's no big deal. Obviously longer is better. It'll get more of the chrome stripped off for you, so you don't have to sand as much. So just a good note, don't have to sand all of this. You can just use this purple power stuff. Dunk her in, say goodbye to chrome. Then in a couple, well I guess an hour or so, that will be ready to bring back out. Second side going in. You want to make sure all of the headlight is under, so you're not having, you know, that top section popping out or whatever. So there it goes. So this is what we are left with after taking off the front faces of the headlights. This is where all of the kind of back end work will be going down with the projector swap, figuring out what Devin wants to do with the high beam section, and then the turn signal we'll kind of come up with a plan, but it will have to reuse the face of it in order to make whatever you want happen. So we're going to pop off the factory projector on the Legacy / Outback headlight and just compare it to the 4TLR that we have that we're going to swap over. Inside of this projector, you have your little slit right there. And there's a little kind of panel that sticks down. This projector only functions for low beams, while this projector is by Xenon. It's actually going to function as low and high beam. Take a look at this guy. Much bigger. You can see the inside of the chrome bowl in here is way more chromy or reflective-y compared to this one. If we look in here, I don't know if you can tell on camera, it's more like a satin chrome, if that makes sense. So this one is already going to reflect the HID bulb much brighter. Then we can compare kind of the footprint of the projector, so we can see the glass itself is pretty much the same size, but the back part is what's a little bit bigger than that guy. So we're gonna have to use our, I believe they're just the 4TLR brackets to make the conversion work, and then we should be all good. So on the back side here, we can see where the D2S bulb will be installed. And then if we look on the back side of this with the cap off, you can see that is not a D2S bulb size. The brown and white wire right here is going to be your wiring for the high beam to kick on. So we can see inside of this headlight now compared to the old one. This one has a flap that opens up when you go to high beam. You can hear it. So right now we're going to work on getting the original projector popped out of the headlight, just so we have more working room, and then that's what we need to do anyways to swap out the projector. Alright, now we have the rest of it opened up. At this point, if someone wanted to get a high beam projector installed, such as yourself, we would be taking out this chrome reflector, or if you wanted to paint it, you could do the same thing. Dunk it in the purple power and get it stripped down so you can prep that for paint as well. Alright, next step is we're going to pop off this chrome high beam cup, and the way you're going to do that is you're going to take the adjusters, the up and down, left to right adjusters, and we're going to unscrew them. That's going to allow the face of it to slowly start going forward, and you want to walk it back and forth so that it doesn't warp or crack the front or even like strip anything. So we'll go ahead and start that after we get the little plastic cover off. Alright, you can see that we popped out the high beam portion with no issues. There's your two adjusters that they hang onto right here and right here. There's also a ball joint that sits up right here. If you just squeeze this tab, it'll pop right off, and then you'll be good to go. If you don't do that, you could end up possibly cracking something on that, which you don't want to do. So after making sure you walk them back and forth, at some point get that ball joint popped off before you get to the end, and then it just pops right out. Like you just popped that one out as well. So now you're pretty much stripped down to the bare headlight itself, or the back half of it at least, so you can do whatever work inside of here that you need over there. All the parts are now separated. Next step that we were just kind of brainstorming, this side marker piece, these are the Euro spec headlights, so they come clear. If you have the USDM spec headlight, these are going to be amber. This middle section right here pops off separately, as you can see in his hand right there. That's the opposite side. We're going to frost this inner portion using our in-house sandblaster that we actually use for all of our lens etchings as well, to get a more, well, not opaque, but more of like a filled in frosted look. Yeah, diffused look. So that on the back side here, he's going to do a custom like sequential LED strip or something. We're going to figure out some product back there that we're going to use later on, so that when he's just driving around, you have the white driving lights, and then for turn signal, it's actually going to sweep right across the front there as a secondary turn signal, and then as soon as you turn that back off, it goes back to white. And then these top portions, which is separated right here, he's going to leave that a chrome color, and you can actually see in the light it has like a chameleon kind of rainbow tone to it, which is pretty cool. What?
Almost like an oil slick kind of setup.
Yep. like an oil slick type thing. So when we're done with this, we can actually put it back together tonight. We're going to see that there's going to be contrast between these pieces. So that's just another thing that we like to show is not every headlight set is going to be the same. Switch it up.
Boom. Now we have the two components of the turn signals separated, quickly taped off the back side of this this clear section of the turn signal. So now we're going to actually head over to the Sandblaster and frost these up to give it a nice kind of diffused and nice long light.
Long life.
Long life.
All right, let's go.
Wrap your wiring.
This on camera, it looks like we're in jail. This looks like a jail cell. So here's our sandblasting cabinet in this. This is called the dirty room because it is dirty. So it keeps all the separate sanding and cutting tools in here so we don't build up too much dust or debris. One thing about headlights is everything has to stay clean. So we have our nice door that we shut ourselves in here, and now we're in the dungeon. All right. We're using very fine medium, which is what we use for the lenses too, so it's not gonna like leave divots in the plastic or glass. So let's take it out of here real quick. We'll take it out and then see that obviously it's frosty boy looking. We're just gonna see if there's any spots that we need to slightly do it more. But this is going to allow him to run an LED behind here and not look as like the individual LEDs. So there's this little spot right here that I want to do a little bit more, probably on the edges too, so we have it all covered evenly. We're not going to go too light on it. We want to go a little bit heavier because of the space between where the LED is going to sit, most likely, and how close it is to the front lens. Because if we still put an LED strip like close to the front of this housing, you'll still be able to see like a thin strip, and we want it to kind of disperse the light throughout the little plastic portion here. Now we can see when we put these two together, nice contrast. It looks so good. So this part is reflective and this part will have the LED behind it, so it's kind of more of a filled in look, and it'll actually stretch across right between the middle of these two. So that's what we strive for here at Circuit Demon, be a little different, you know what I'm saying? That is all for today, folks. We're gonna continue this video in the next part 2 because we are at a stopping point for tonight. So when we come back, we're gonna start working on the high beam section of the retrofit, as well as getting the 4TLR swapped over into the like projector holding bracket. We'll see you in like 2 seconds, which is probably gonna be a couple days for us.